Thursday Night Football with Calvin Dean, sponsored by the NFL Network. This is the Calvin Dean Show. Wow. The schedules are in, people. Yes, week one's going to be epic. I mean, epic. The Dallas Cowboys, mind you, are going to Tampa Bay. The first game of the season. The Dak Prescott Show with the Dallas Cowboys, the new $160 million man, is playing the GOAT in Tampa Bay. Now, Tampa Bay, I mean, you never see this happen. You never do. A team wins the Super Bowl, other than New England. A team wins a Super Bowl and they keep all the prime time players. They keep them in their mix. They re-signed them. They did everything possible to keep them there. And I'm telling you something. It's all about the GOAT, man. It is. I mean, why wouldn't any one of those players want to continue to play and repeat another championship? And it's very possible, very possible. Well, people, welcome to Thursday Night Football. We are back starting tonight. Yeah, we are back. Thursday Night Football with Calvin Dean Show, sponsored by the NFL Network. Oh, man. This is going to be fun. Let's just start the show off, and of course, let's just talk about what's really going on in the NFL and the big, huge story. There's so many rumors out there, but Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, Lambeau Field. It's the game, the Frozen Tundra. Remember that game? The Frozen Tundra. Wow. Man, I mean, from Bart Starr to Brett Favre, and to Aaron Rodgers. I mean, really, guys. I mean, they are noted for great quarterbacks. And how can I... Everyone knows that Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL. He just is. He's an all-around back and quarterback, and he's day in, day out, every single year. He's just great. And last year, MVP season. Now, thing is that the one thing that I don't understand is this. Here you are Green Bay, right? And if you're really interested in winning a championship, why did you draft Jordan Love? That right there just shows me that you really don't really want to win a championship right now. You're looking at, we'll keep playing, we'll be in the playoffs, we'll make our money from ticket sales and everything else like that, and then from TV contracts, and we're going to save some money. We're not going to spend so much, and screw Aaron Rodgers, and so we get to the championship game every year, but we don't have enough just to put us over the hump, And the only reason why they've been whenever Aaron Rodgers is around, they're usually playing for the championship game. We all know that. And to slap him in the face with Jordan Love, I just never got that. I never got that draft choice. Here they were, one game away to getting in the Super Bowl. They lose to San Francisco, and San Francisco ran all over their defense. And Aaron kept it close, but that team is there because of Aaron Rodgers. Remember when Aaron Rodgers got hurt? The team just, it was terrible. It was terrible, and it's all about him. And why not stack the team like Tampa Bay. I mean, really, if you really want to win a Super Bowl, that's what you would do. But, Aaron sees the GOAT going down to Tampa, and then Tampa, just packing their offense and packing their defense with just great players, and making it work to win a championship. And what happens last year? They win a championship. Actually, preseason last year, I predicted that it would be Tampa Bay and the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl, and Tampa Bay would end up winning by a lot. So, I was pretty close, and, other than one other team, and it was going to be between Kansas City and the Ravens. That was my choice. But, it ended up to be Kansas City. And I just don't see where Green Bay can go. I just can't see. I mean, they just, Aaron Rodgers is sitting there going, I'm in the prime of my years, man. I only want to play for maybe 2 or 3 more years, and then I want to go do Jeopardy and be, the godsend of Alex Trebek, rest in peace. And peace out to Nikki Trebek, my good friend. Anyway, just wanted to just get a grasp on this. Now, the funny thing is that the schedule, the NFL schedule is now in, and that's what this show is going to be all about, this schedule. And the reason why I started with Aaron Rodgers is because the NFL schedule reveals, things that they don't care about Aaron Rodgers, because they are literally going to be, Green Bay's going to be splashed all over the primetime schedule. It's just the Packers got primetime heavy schedule, man, with a plethora of national audience games. Wow. I mean, Green Bay opens up the late afternoon game against the New Orleans Saints. And then right after that, it's followed by 2 primetime bouts, man. I mean, these guys, they're really, they're all over the schedule, They also play the Browns on Christmas Day, the Browns. I mean, that's a Christmas gift from Santa, man. Thanks, Santa. You gave me that Christmas gift. So so I don't have to just watch stupid movies or do something like that. I get a great game with Aaron Rodgers and Baker Mayfield lighting it up, man. Oh, wow. I'm telling you something. This year is going to be so exciting, people. We got new quarterbacks. We got new teams. Jacksonville just stocking up on the draft choices. And then same with Miami. And everyone being traded. This year is going to be probably the most exciting year, because one thing is COVID year it was so sad, no people in the stands and people dying. And in December, I had a family member die and from COVID, and it's just, it was a tough year. It was a tough year. My one cousin passed away in April of 2020 from COVID. So, reminder, people, I know if it doesn't hit your home, it doesn't hit home, it's real. Get vaccinated. Do everyone a favor. Just get vaccinated. It's not a political thing. It's just not. It's a health thing. And get vaccinated. Anyway, I'm telling you something. This schedule is just, I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's the first game, the Tampa Bay Bucks play the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, come on, man. Really? Tampa Bay Dallas Cowboys, what up with Dak Prescott? I mean, what up? Will he be there? I mean, will the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys have been suspect the past 2 years. I mean, Zeke, he's been non-existent as a runner. He's been non-existent. He had absolutely no nothing. It just seemed like he wasn't playing up to par. And, hey, when you don't have that offensive line clicking and but he just wasn't hitting the holes. I don't know. Something's up with that. That's for sure. But I mean, Dallas, they're rebuilding their defense. It was all about defense in the draft, which is great. They need the defense, but they also need an offensive line as well. And I don't know if the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys are going to stop the high-powered Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense. I'm telling you, some fantasy football teams all across the nation, I'm telling you this, the Tampa Bay Bucks, that defense, I'd pick that puppy up in a heartbeat, man. I mean, that defense is going to be lighting it up. And for Dak Prescott to come into Tampa Bay, the first game of the season, against the Super Bowl champs, and they won in that stadium. Just think of the revved up fans. That place is going to be rocking. Yes, they will have fans. A lot of them. I don't know what the percentages will be. Maybe it might be 100%. So that stadium will be shaking. Just shaking, and they go to trot out there, and Dak Prescott would just, be, trot out there, and the Dallas Cowboys' new defense will be trotting out there, and, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I don't know how Dak is going to react. I mean, he did have that horrific injury. And I don't know what his mobility would be, but with a suspect offensive line, people, a suspect offensive line against that defense, and you saw what happened to Mahomes in the Super Bowl. What do you think it's going to be like with Dak Prescott? He won't be running, and I don't know if he'll be running like he used to. That was a pretty big injury, and there's just no way he's at a full tilt 100%. I really don't believe that. Maybe by September he could be. I think maybe possibly maybe like 100%, maybe. But whenever you have a break like that, you really have to watch it because. I mean, the bone is newly healed, so you have to protect it. So that right there is something to be concerned about if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan. On the other hand, with the Tampa Bay fan, wow. I mean, come on, man. I mean, who made this schedule for Dallas? The new $160 million man coming into town, and guess what? You're going to be playing the GOAT and his Super Bowl championship team, and they got all their players back. Wow. Oh yeah. Well, you know where the prediction is going on this one, right? I mean, every Thursday before, my show comes out before the Thursday night football game, I predict all the games for the whole weekend, including Monday. And, so that show is going to be fun. And I'm not going to say who I think is going to win right now because you never know. You still have training camp. You still have mini camp. You still have, the pre-games. The games. There's only going to be 3 games preseason, and then 17 regular season games. There usually was before. There was 4 preseason games and 16 regular season games. So now they just they just got rid of one of the preseason games, and they're making an additional game for everyone to play. So, TV revenues, of course. I mean, the NFL's, wow, they needed it. They needed a shot in their arm after the 2020 season. They took a major hit. All the teams did, and major hit in capital. But this year, they'll just rebound this year. And when they rebound, it's definitely going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting because there's going to be fans in the stadiums. There's going to be new teams. The draft was just amazing. If you listen to my shows before this, you'll listen to the draft shows and who went where. But I mean, tell you, man, Jacksonville, they only won one game last year, and you expect them to win more. I won't come out with those predictions until probably like another month or two. I just need to see how these teams are gelling. The Jets, on the other hand, they drafted well too. They drafted one of the best quarterbacks in the draft, and then they drafted an amazing lineman. So I'm telling you something. They were very smart, and they drafted some. I mean, the Jets really had a great draft. Hats off to the Jets. And if you're a Jets fan, I mean, I'd be excited this year. I really would. I mean, I think they're going to surprise people, because last year they were the laughing stock, same as Jacksonville. But the Jets was more of a laughing stock, especially if you're from New York City. So hats off. I'd be watching everyone when they play the Jets. Don't think that they're going to lay down with all this new talent they have. I mean, still, they're the Jets from last year. They're, of course, going to be different. There's going to be a few new people going in there, but will those few new offensive people and defensive people, what will happen from that? You're still going to have that, the players, some of the players from last year too. So doesn't mean that everyone was bad. It was just that they weren't gelling, and they weren't as talented as they are now. But the talent on this team is, with Crowder and all the new wideouts, I'm telling you something. It's going to be exciting. And if you're a Jet fan, seriously, this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I mean, BYU quarterback. Come on, man. That's all they do is pass the ball. So it's going to be exciting. Looking at Chicago, how about Chicago, guys? Chicago, oh my God. I mean, what a pickup they made. I mean, getting Justin Fields. I mean, wow, that was great. I mean, just great. Now, the Chicago Bears coach, Matt Nagy, mind you, will miss his first chance to work directly with quarterback Justin Fields and the rest of the 2021 class during this week's minicamp. I guess Nagy is at high risk, close contact with a family member who tested positive for COVID-19. Like I said before in my show, guys, it is not over. Get vaccinated. Just get vaccinated, man. It's, if we all do that, we won't see this happen. I mean, wow. People are still dying from this, people. Still dying. And we need to really, be, aware of our surroundings and get vaccinated, still wear a mask, and, and it'll be over soon. If we all pitch in together, it will be over soon. That's for sure. Now, Nagy is going back to Nagy, he's in the process of being vaccinated, but it's tough. It's not through each step yet. I mean, he has already taken his first shot, and now he has to wait for a second shot. So, that's. I mean, the thing of it is, all these football players that are going into camp, and they're saying, hey, everyone gets vaccinated and we'll have a regular camp. But if not everyone's going to get vaccinated, then we won't have a regular camp. So, there has to be, a certain percentage, like almost like 80, I think it's either 75 or 85% of the team has to be vaccinated, and then they would have a regular camp. But, me, on the other hand, I would go out. If I was like one player away and a player didn't want to get vaccinated, I'd let him go. Of course, I wouldn't tell tell him why I let him go. Well, he was a guard, and I had another guard, and the other guard I liked better. We needed to sure up some cap room. Yeah. Oh, I fired him for that. No. Well, to myself, that's the reason why I fired him. I mean, it's just insane. I don't understand why people, it's not anything against your rights of anything. It's just that would you do it for humanitarian reasons, being a human being and to protect other human beings, being loving and caring? Think of it that way, protect your family, protect other families. If you don't, let's say you get it, you give it to another person, who knows? It's like a domino effect, that other person goes to a grandmother, and a grandmother's family didn't believe in it, and she dies. I mean, things happen like that, people. Things happen like that, that's for sure. The first week schedule is going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And definitely, it's going to be, you're going to see a lot of people, these quarterbacks out here. I mean, a lot of people just cheering because there's going to be fans in the stands. Yes, fans in the stands. Yeah, just like that. Fans hooping and hollering, and I'm excited. The Chargers. I think the Chargers, have a brand new coach, Brandon Staley. And I think he's definitely, loving what he has in Justin Herbert. I mean, gave the center, Corey Linsley, gave him some big money. And added guards, O'Day, Abashi, and Matt Feeler in free agency. Then the Chargers used their first round pick on Rashawn Slater and fifth rounder on backup guard Brendan James. Now, I'm telling you something. On paper, a line composer of Slater, Abreu, Lindsey, Feller, and the right tackle Brian Bulaga is a massive upgrade to what they had for last season. Heber, just think of when he has this type of offensive line behind him. Think about that, what he can do. He won't be running for his life and having to make every throw. He's going to have time. And watch out for the Los Angeles Chargers, guys. Watch out for them. And they're going to be, so good. So good. There's a lot of teams that are going to be better. The Jets will be better. Guaranteed. They will be better. And they go against Carolina the first game of the season. Oh my God, I love the NFL, man. It's like that's not on purpose. Think about it. The Jets, trade Sam Darnold, right? Sam Darnold, and and to the Carolina Panthers, And just so they can get, this phenom quarterback from BYU, Mr. Zach Wilson. And then, guess what? The Jets are playing the Carolina Panthers the first game of the season. Oh, come on, man. I mean, that's just cold. Wow. That is going to be a great, great, great game. I'm just excited. Monday Night Football? Hello? Guess who's playing on Monday Night Football? The Baltimore Ravens fly into, yes, Sin City, Las Vegas Raiders. Wow, from Monday Night Football. Thursday Night Football. The Tampa Bay Bucks against the Dallas Cowboys in Tampa Bay. I mean, that game, wow. I mean, the first games of this year is just amazing. The Bills are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, my God, the Steel Curtain against Josh Jones. Josh Allen, excuse me. Josh Allen, man, wow, what a game. And now the Steelers, on the other hand, I mean, they're suspect this year. I think that's the big question mark. The question mark is the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. I don't think they're there. I just don't think they're there to make a playoff run. They might be close, mind you, but I don't think they're there. I think they're going to have some stumbles this year. They're going to stumble this year. And I think the Buffalo Bills are just going to come out, high-powered, pissed off. And they needed an edge rusher. They got an edge rusher in the draft. And I just think that they're ready. They're ready. The Buffalo Bills are ready. I'm sure the Pittsburgh Steelers will be ready. They have their new running back in the first round. And they'll be ready. They'll be ready. I think many of these teams will be ready. They're not idiots. Don't run these teams. You know what I mean? But man, what about the Atlanta Falcons? Wow, the Atlanta Falcons are just steamrolling, and they have Mr. Pitts. That offense is just going to be deadly. I mean, deadly, guys. That's just Matt Ryan has all those guys. Just think, Mr. Pitts on their offense. How are you going to stop the Atlanta Falcons? How is the defense going to stop them this year? Really, I don't. Now, their defense, on the other hand, was suspect last year. I'm going to have to dive into where they're at this year to give a real true assessment. I don't really like to assess stuff before I actually really know what's going on, so I'm going to have to study that one. And the Carolina Panthers with new blood Sam Darnold, that team's it's a step up, and I'm so happy with Sam. The unfortunate part is he's going to be playing the New York Jets the first game of the season, and that's going to be an interesting game. That's going to be a very, very, very interesting game. And I'll go into who's going to win, who's going to lose later on. And I'm telling you, the Cleveland Browns. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, they're really going to be playing with some pissed off moods. I mean, the Cleveland Browns. They're a team on the rise, that's for sure. And Baker Mayfield proved me wrong last year. And, I want that young gentleman to prove me wrong every year. He's really a lot of talent. And what about Nicky's Niners, the 49ers? I mean, Trey Lance, guys, wow. I mean, all this young blood, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, it's just Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, all this new, talented, young blood. I don't think you see Mac Jones in the first year, only if Cam Newton doesn't produce. and it gets off to a slow start, I think Mac Jones will probably step in half season. That's my opinion on that end. Then Trey Lance, Nikki's Niners. Wow. San Francisco 49ers really won that. I think that was a brilliant pick. I was picking Mac Jones, but I just, wow. I mean, either or would have been great. And I think Mac Jones is going to do great in this league. And now Trey Lance, the kid is exciting. Just think, you have a kid that loves to throw. He's played in a pro-style offense. That's from his college, and it's just he's so good, guys. And his mobility and his passing and man, it's always a wow with him. His play. He's like a Mahomes. He really is. And to put him in a situation like San Francisco with all that talent around him, it's going to be fun to watch. I don't think Jimmy G has much time in San Francisco. I don't even think Jimmy G will be starting the first game. I really don't. I think they really. I think this kid's going to wow them. I really think they're going to wow them, and I don't think Jimmy G's going to be around. If I was the San Francisco 49ers, I would try to make a trade with Jimmy G. I would try to get, maybe Washington. That would be a good pickup. Washington would be great for him. Maybe Denver. Denver would be a good team for Jimmy G to go to. I think he would have a chance to start on that team. That's for sure. There's a few teams out there that Jimmy G would definitely, I think, would start on that. Just only a few. Maybe Philadelphia. Definitely he would start. Philadelphia, that's another team that's definitely a huge question mark this coming season. Huge question mark. And the Indianapolis Colts, another big question mark. Will Carson Wentz actually, will he do well? I mean, he hasn't done well in the last year and a half. Really hasn't. And he's just, is it that he's done? Or was it really Philadelphia and the situation, in Philadelphia? And it's just sort of like the Green Bay thing, and Aaron Rodgers, them not drafting, they draft a quarterback, and Aaron's sitting there going, I'm not done yet. And then same with Carson Wentz, so I think, the Indianapolis Colts stole a left tackle, one of the best, Mr. Fisher, in the business, stole him from Kansas City. They're paying him for $9.4 million. One of the best left tackles in the game, people, in the game, is now on the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, wow. And if Carson Wentz does not, and it's the nice part about that is that Carson's not going to be on his back like he was on his back in Philly. I mean, Carson Wentz, every single throw was hurried. People in his face. I mean, running for his life. That's, he was just pissed off that they didn't draft anyone to help him out and win. That's BS. And that's the reason why Carson, I think, didn't play so well last year. He was like the F it, And, that's what I think. So I think Carson's going to go into Indianapolis, and I really think he's going to, do great, and he's going to rub it in their face, and I think Sam Darnold's going to be doing great things in Carolina. I think they picked up his fifth-year option, Carolina did, And I think he's going to really do well. Really do well this year. Sam Darnold is going to be really, he might enter the all-world club of Calvin Deans. If I say you're all-world, oh, that's a tough club to enter. The all-world club with Calvin Dean. Yes, and I'm telling you something. The all-world club of Calvin Dean is Mr. Fisher, the left tackle on the Indianapolis Colts. He is officially in the all-world club. And Mr. Penei Sewell. Now, mind you, Penei was going to go to his camp, but he has COVID. Yeah, the Detroit Lions. He was going to go to camp, but he can't because he just came down with COVID-19. Once again, it's not going away. It's just not going away. So, get vaccinated. So, and just, Mr. Penei Sewell will be in the all-world club, of Calvin Dean. I guarantee you. Now, I'm gonna start really putting these guys all in the category of that club, and we're gonna have fun with that one. Anyway, just wanted to touch base with the main games this season. I mean, it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Playoffs. I mean, projecting playoffs. It'll be tough to project playoffs. I have my theories. A lot of other people have their theories, and I think probably I love the 17-game schedule. I love that schedule. I really do. I think the 17-game schedule is just it's fun. It's fun. So let's just go over the first games, the first game of this year, and we have of course, we have preseason games, and don't really care too much about preseason games. I really don't. We have a lot of preseason games going on. We have only 3. Okay, so we got week 1. I guess one of 18. Each team has to have a 1 week off. So there's 18 weeks in this 17 games that they play. Okay, mind you, I just want to let you know that. So we have the first game September 9th. We have the Cowboys going into Tampa Bay. And then we have the Seahawks playing the Indianapolis Colts. That's going to be an exciting game. We have the Jaguars playing the Texans. The new look Jags in Texans who are in just disarray. And we have the Eagles, going into the Atlanta Falcons, playing the Falcons. That's going to be interesting. Falcons, the high-powered offense. Watch out for the Falcons this year. Then we have the amazing Los Angeles Chargers offensive line and the phenom Herbert going into Washington, playing the Washington with Mr. Fitzmagic behind the helm for the Washington football team. Then we have the Steelers playing the Bills. The Vikings playing the Bengals. We have the Lions playing the 49ers. And that's going to be an interesting game. Who's going to be starting for the 49ers? And then we have, of course, I talked about the Jets and the Panthers. We have the Cardinals and the Titans. Cardinals looking so good. Looking very, very good. Their defense picking it up. We have the Browns against the Chiefs. The Browns are playing the Chiefs, guys. The first game, the Browns and the Chiefs. Are you kidding me? Wow. The first week is just going to be exciting, people. Then we have the Dolphins against the Patriots. Wow, that's going to be fun. The Broncos playing the Giants. Who will be the quarterback of the Denver Broncos? Aaron Rodgers be in Denver, or will Aaron Rodgers be in Green Bay? I think Aaron Rodgers will remain in Green Bay. That's my prediction. So we have the Green Bay Packers playing the Saints. We have the Bears playing the Los Angeles Rams. That's going to be exciting. We have the Ravens at the final game on Monday Night Football. We have the Ravens going into the Las Vegas Raiders. And that's going to be an exciting game. And that Bears-Rams game, that's the Sunday night game. So that's going to be exciting. Justin Fields. And then, oh my God, come on, really? I mean, the Rams, really? Matthew Stafford? Oh my God, I can't wait to see this game. He's going to light it up. Okay, people, love ya. Keep safe. Vaccinate. Thanks for tuning in. Thursday Night Football with Calvin Dean. The Calvin Dean Show, sponsored by the NFL